everyone, Alicia here with another Lightened Up Weight Watcher friendly recipe. And today's recipe is going to be a strawberry lemon loaf cake. Now I have a lemon loaf cake on my channel already that I absolutely love. It's very similar to Starbucks lemon cake. And so what I'm going to be doing today is kind of putting a twist on that and doing a strawberry lemon version of it. I love all things lemon when it comes to desserts and sweets, but I love the combination of strawberries and lemons. So I think the addition of strawberries to this is gonna make for really nice flavor. But let me jump into ingredients real quick and show you what you're gonna need to make this. First off, you're gonna need some all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of that. For sweetener, I'm gonna be using this Lightened Monkfruit sweetener. This is just the classic. You can use whatever type of no calorie, no point sweetener you want. I'm gonna be using a 1/2 cup of that. You're gonna need a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt. Here I've got some non-fat plain Greek yogurt. You can use sour cream, fat-free sour cream instead of the Greek yogurt if you want. I forget to say that a lot, but pretty much anytime I use the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, you could use fat-free sour cream to sub for that. You're gonna need a teaspoon vanilla extract. And here I've got a 1/4 cup vegetable oil. And then to cut back on some of the vegetable oil, I am gonna be using a 1/4 cup, no sugar added applesauce, which is roughly half of this little cup. Back here I've got about 1.5 cups diced up fresh strawberries. I'm gonna use a cup in the bread itself, and then probably about a 1/2 cup I'm gonna puree for the glaze that I'm gonna put on top of this. Here I've got 2 large lemons. I'm gonna be looking for about 3 tablespoons lemon juice, 2 for the bread and then 1 for the glaze. And then I'm also gonna be looking to get some zest off of those, probably about 4 teaspoons total, a tablespoon for the bread and then a teaspoon for the glaze. And I'm assuming it's gonna take both of those lemons, if not more, to get that much zest. But it should only take about 1 of these for the lemon juice that I need out of it. And then lastly here, I've got 3 large eggs, and that is everything that's gonna be in this, so let me get it started. I'm starting off here by getting my lemons zested. So again, I'm looking for about 4 teaspoons. You don't need quite that much if you don't want, but you want some for the batter and then some for your glaze if you're gonna do a glaze. And as I always say, when you're zesting lemons, you don't want to get into that white pith. You just want the outside yellow part because the white part is really bitter. So I'm gonna go ahead, zest these. Once I've got those zested, I'm gonna go ahead and juice one of these because I think it's only gonna take 1 to get the juice I want. All right, I got my lemons juiced and I got more than enough juice there. And I actually got enough lemon zest out of the 2 lemons as well. So I would say for this, you just probably need 2 large lemons total for the amount of zest and juice you need. So now that I've got these done, I'm gonna go ahead and set these aside and work on the next step. Now in a medium-sized bowl, I'm gonna add in my 1.5 cups all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. And then I'm gonna just get that all mixed really well together. And I'm gonna set that aside. In a mixer, I'm gonna add in my 3 large eggs, my cup of fat-free Greek yogurt, or again, you can use fat-free sour cream if you want, and my 1/2 cup Lightened, or sweetener of choice. And I'm gonna mix this on a medium speed until it is nice and smooth. Now I'm gonna add in my 1/4 cup unsweetened applesauce and my 1/4 cup oil. And I'm gonna mix this again until it's all incorporated. Now I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of that lemon juice, about a tablespoon of the zest, again reserving about a teaspoon for the glaze, and a teaspoon vanilla extract. And then I'm gonna give that one final mix. Now I'm gonna add my dry ingredients in. And I'm gonna just slowly mix those just until they're incorporated. All right, I've got that mixed just to the point where I can't see the dry and the wet anymore. And it's got a little bit of lumps in there, and that's okay. You don't want to overmix this. So now I'm gonna take my bowl off. I'm gonna fold in my strawberries. So I'm gonna reserve a half cup of these and then fold in the rest. And that is about a cup total that I'm putting in the batter. So I'm gonna just fold these in like that. Now this is ready to go into my bread pan. I've got a silicone bread pan here, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with just a little bit of cooking spray to prevent the bread from sticking, which I probably don't need to do because the silicone is really good at releasing the stuff that's in it, but just to be on the safe side. So now I'm gonna pour in my batter. Kind of smooth it out in there a little bit. And now I'm gonna bake this in my preheated oven at 350 for starting off at probably around 40 minutes. It takes about 40-45 minutes, but just until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out clean. I let this cook about 48 minutes. It is looking done, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just leave it in the pan until it cools completely. So probably about an hour or so. I'll just let it sit here, and then I will remove it from the pan once it's cooled. Now I'm gonna make my glaze for this, and you don't have to do a glaze for this if you don't want. I just think it'll add to it. I'm gonna start off with some of this Lightened sugar-free powdered Monkfruit sweetener, and I apologize, I completely forgot to show this in the ingredients list as I was going over them in the beginning of the video. But as always, I will have this down in the ingredients list below in the description box, as well as in my recipe builder link on WW. So I'm gonna start off with a half cup of this. You can use whatever type of 0-calorie powdered sugar substitute you want. So I'm gonna add that in there. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my half cup of strawberries here, and I'm gonna just puree mine. So I'm gonna add them to my NutriBullet and puree those up real quick. You could also just mash these up if you wanted. You don't have to puree them, but I'm going to, just to make my life easier. So now I'm gonna add those to my powdered sweetener. I'm also gonna add my remaining lemon zest, which should be about a teaspoon. Yeah, about a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna start off with just a teaspoon of that fresh lemon juice and see what my consistency looks like. So I'm gonna whisk all of this together. And I'm liking that consistency. If anything, it might be a little too thin, so I'm not gonna add any more lemon juice to it. But that is gonna be my glaze. I let this cool for just over an hour and it is ready to be glazed. And as you can probably see, it has kind of dipped down a little bit there in the center, and that's just because I didn't cook it probably quite as long as I should have, but we like our baked goods, our cookies, breads, and all that kind of thing just a little bit on the underdone side. And so unfortunately, that's kind of a side effect to a little underdone. I would say to avoid this, cook an additional 5 minutes or so. But I'm okay with that. It doesn't look the prettiest. That's just from it being slightly underdone. So now I'm gonna put my glaze on here. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and slice this up and show you what it looks like inside, and then we'll have my hubby give it a taste.
Slice it, girl.
Okay, I've cut inside this. Hopefully you can see what it looks like inside. Now, serving size of this I've got factored as a 1/12 of the total, and it is only 3 points. So pretty low. Again, this is based on the lemon loaf, so I already kind of know it should be good because that one is really good. But we'll have my hubby give this a try and see what he thinks.
Just taste it right off the board.
Yeah, just go ahead and taste it right off the board.
That means I have to have 2 pieces. Oh no.
Oh, because you cut into the other one? Well, you know, for 3 points a piece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to show that's really moist. I mean, again, I undercooked it probably about by 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's really
intentionally. But I like...
It's very light. The strawberry flavor is really nice.
Now compare this to the just plain lemon, which you've had, because... What do you think of this addition of strawberries in there?
I prefer this.
You prefer that over just the plain lemon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what do you think of the strawberries and the glaze? You like that too? Or just, is that too much?
So the glaze is good. It definitely adds to it. You get a little bit of that cooling effect.
From the erythritol, yeah. But not too bad?
No, it's not bad at all.
Okay. All right, guys, that was strawberry lemon loaf cake. Thank you as always for watching, and we will see you on the next one.